Welcome to our today's tutorial on indices and logarithm. In fact, this particular expression simplified 2 over 3 to the minus 2 power. We gave this in the last tutorial we had as an assignment. And in this tutorial, we are going to solve it simply, and also we have a list of about 3 of them we are going to be simplifying. And at the end of this tutorial, I will also provide to you another example you can try to see if you are good according to the test which we are going to be solving these questions. In fact, if you want to remain or stay updated based on the next tutorial we are going to be releasing very soon, then you want to make sure to go ahead to subscribe to this channel and also enable the notification bell icon so that anytime we publish an update, you will be the very first to be notified and follow the update for the new things we have to share with you. So without wasting time, in fact, I will begin with this 2 divided by 3 to the power minus 2. We need to express this. And first, I would like you to understand the negative power of the fraction. Whenever we have negative power like this of the fraction, what happens is we need to apply the law of indices. And in fact, the law of indices state that if, for example, we have like a, as you can see here, a to the power minus 1, then it is the same like 1 over a. In other words, to remove the negative sign, we need to make sure that we invert by making sure that the power, which is minus, and the base, we need to come below it, which is similar like this. Another expression states that if at all we have fraction, like in the case we just have right now, let's assume we have, like for example, we have like m divided by n, like this, where the power is in that is a negative sign. What will happen is in this formula it states that for us to change the sign of the negative power, we need to invert. The m will come down and the n will go up for us to invert the power because we don't need negative signs. In this way, it simply implies that this particular one here will simply transform and give us n over m to the power 2. In other words, the negative sign have been eliminated and the m and n have just changed position in the fraction. This is simply the same as we can see here. In other words, we need to exchange the fraction, bringing 3 up, 2 down, and making sure that the sign becomes positive. In other words, we are going to say 3 divided by 2 to the power 2. This would therefore transform, as you can see, the same way as the formula have stated. It is going to therefore transform to 3 above all over 2. Then we have the power being changed, which is now positive 2. In this way, we now can express very easily. This therefore means that 3 raised to the power 2 divided by 2 raised to the power 2. So 3 to the power 2 divided by 2 to the power 2. This is the same as 3 to the power 2 is 9 and 2 to the power 2 is 4. Therefore, our final expression in terms of the answer is 9 over 4. Let's look at the next expression. We have another one here. 2 raised to the power x is equal to 32. Now, for us to solve this, we have this particular one from the left-hand side having a power here, which is x. And we have this one as simple expression of number. In this law, it states that whenever we have this particular one having a power with a base, which is a particular number, then the rule states that we must change the number expression to the base of 2. In fact, for us to have the power or the value of x, we must express therefore 32 having base of 2. In other words, we need to find a number which is 2, the same as the base, and multiply it a number of given time to make sure that it arrives 32. In this case, since we must express in the base of 2, then we have to say 2 times what number is going to give us 32? That's the question we must ask, because the rule states that we must express in the base of 2, since base 2 raised to the power x is equal to 32. In other words, what number can be in the base of 2 and what power can give us 32? In other words, the only answer here is 2 raised to the power 5. For us to get 32, then 32 can still be expressed the same way as 2 raised to the power 5. In other words, if it is 2, then you have the same base as 2 to the x. Because it states that if a particular base having a power, which is x, must be equal to also 2 raised to the power that given number as an expression of the value which has been given. This time, since the base are the same as you can see here, then the power also must be the same. Therefore, this states that x is equal to 5. It implies that x therefore is equal to 5. That's a simple expression of x. Let's look at the next expression. This one now states that 3 raised to the power x plus 1, that is x plus 1, is equal to 81. It is just similar as just what we have done. Since they have a base which is having the power x plus 1, then this is a general expression. We must express this in the base of 3. So the next question to ask ourselves is which number for which 3 will be powered to give us 81. That is 3 times what is going to give us 81. In this case, we have 3 to the power 4. So 3 to the power 4 is going to give us 81. In this way, we can therefore say that 3 to the power x plus 1 is equal to 3 to the power 4. Since we have just expressed this 81, which is similar to 3 to the power 4. In other words, since the bases are the same here, then the power must be the same. We are going to therefore state that x plus 1 is equal to 4. Because, of course, if the base are the same, then we also must express the power to be the same. In this case, we are going to therefore say that the x plus 1, as you can see here, x plus 1 is equal to 4. Therefore, we are considering just the power, as you can see here. And if x plus 1 is equal to 4, to get the value of x, we must transfer this one to the left-hand side. Therefore, we are going to say that x will be equal to 4. Taking this plus 1 to the left-hand side gives us minus 1. This implies that x is therefore 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So that's the value of x. Now I would like to give one with you to try as an assignment, and we are going to solve it in the next tutorial. It's going to be 4 to the power 3 times 4 to the power minus 2 divided by 4. I would like you to try this, and in the next tutorial we are going to try to solve that. So you want to make sure to keep an update by subscribing and enabling the notification bell icon so that anytime we publish an update, you'll be the very first to watch and to learn new things. See you in the next upload, and bye bye for now.